Jorge is gonna run people back to your cars at 6:45 if you got a ride up here or you need a ride back down. 6:45, if you need a ride back down, the bus will be here.
Not highly effective.
That's not a thing anymore.
That was a highly effective move right there.
It's good with meeting the expectation.
I love that. I don't know why. This feels like more of a intense setting than the last one.
Yeah.
Because it was more relaxed. Yeah.
It's rats.
Yeah. And we were down there. That's exactly why.
We weird addressing the class when they're running. Totally weird addressing them when they're running. Sorry.
My only fault was the kids are behind us.
Do you know, can they hear back there?
Teachers, can you hear the words that I'm saying? Can you hear me, Clary? Clary? Yeah. Okay, good.
They're listening.
No one's listening.
No one's
Yeah.
listening.
Can't hear.
Clary. What? Jeremy was good. Okay. So you guys are in control of how loud the volume is.
Okay.
The closer you're there, the louder it will be. If you step back, no one will hear. You guys are the best.
No, you are wrong. We go on.
Well, you were yelling at me. can sit down.
Hey, make sure you hold this up right up to your mouth.
You guys can sit down. Yeah. Good job. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, friends, family, teachers, and graduates. Thank you to Board Member Williams and Cabinet Members Christina Kindle and Tiffany Hall for celebrating with us. We are grateful for each of you for being here with us today. Thank you for loving and supporting us through our journey to this point. We couldn't have done it without you. Please have a seat and give your undivided attention to our principal, Brittany Powell.
Good evening, graduates, families, faculty, staff, and community members. Tonight is one of those rare moments where we all pause together long enough to really see something important. We got so used to the rhythm of school, assignments, deadlines, performances, games, fieldwork, presentations, laughter in the hallways, conversations in classrooms, that sometimes we forget what an extraordinary thing it is to watch a group of young people grow up right in front of us. Sure, you can clap for them. But tonight we get to stop and recognize it, and this graduating class is extraordinary. You are a class that brought joy into this building. You are funny, energetic, creative, and deeply alive in the best of ways. Your growth has been tremendous, and you've made this school brighter simply by being yourselves. But what stands out to me even more is the way that you care for one another. You notice people. You include people. You advocate for people. You are not a class that sits on the sidelines waiting for someone else to make things better. When something matters to you, you move, you organize, you speak up, you volunteer, you create, you act. You are action takers and disruptors of inequity. You live out the idea of changing reality. And the truth is, many of you have done all of this while carrying incredibly hard things. Some of you have experienced the deepest of losses, uncertainty, hardship, heartbreak, or challenges that would have been enough to make many people shut down or give up. But you didn't. Each of you has something uniquely your own and something deeply good, deeply human, and deeply needed in this world. And watching you become more fully yourselves over these years has been one of the greatest privileges. Every year at graduation, I read a children's book. Some people think that's unusual for a high school graduation, but I think children's books often tell the truth more clearly than almost anything else. This year, the book I chose is What the Road Said by Cleo Wade. Have you ever wanted to go in a different direction? Have you ever wondered if there was something more, something out there, something just different? I did too. Then one day I was walking my usual way home when out of nowhere, for no reason at all, almost as if it were magic, a road appeared. I could not believe my eyes. So I walked over to it and I said to the road, "Where do you lead?" The road said, "Be a leader and find out." "How do I start?" I asked. The road smiled and said, "You have already started." "Well, what happens when I get there?" "We have just begun," said the road. "Do not skip straight to the ending. Enjoy the beginning and the middle too." "Which way do I go?" "That is your choice to make," said the road. "But what if I go the wrong way?" The road curved a little, almost as if it were giving me a hug, and said, "Don't worry. Sometimes we go the wrong way on our way to the right." "What if I get scared?" "That's okay. You're brave," said the road. "But what does it mean to be brave?" I asked. The road guided me through a very gloomy forest. Even though I was frightened, I trusted the road, and as I took one step and then another step after that, the road gently whispered, "Being brave is when you are afraid of doing something, but you do it anyway. Do not let what scares you keep you from continuing on your path." "Will I always move forward?" "Not always," said the road. "Why not?" "Because sometimes you will stumble backward, and sometimes you will stand still." "What if I fall?" "Everyone falls at some point," said the road, "but I will always be there when you land." "What if I get lost?" "There may be some days that feel long and dark," said the road, "but I promise that no matter what, I will give you the evening stars and the morning sun to light your way." "What if I grow weary or get hurt?" "I will give you trees of all shapes and sizes to shelter you when you need to rest and heal," said the road. "What if I get lonely?" "You are never alone," said the road. "What if I change?" "Come with me," said the road. And as I moved forward, the road introduced me to a caterpillar and a family of seeds. We did not stay long. The road began taking me on a journey through the seasons. I watched summer turn to fall and fall turn to winter, and as spring was upon us, I realized we had gone in one big, beautiful circle. I looked down and I found I was standing in front of the caterpillar and the seed once more. Only the caterpillar was no longer a caterpillar, and the seeds had turned to flowers of every color swaying in the sun. The road then raised me up and said, "All things grow and change. That is the magic of being alive. You too will find your wings. You too will bloom. No living thing is meant to stay the same." What if I need help on my journey? Ask your fellow travelers along the way. What if they're mean to me? Lead them to kindness, said the road. How? By being kind. What if they want to fight? Lead them to peace, said the road. But how do I lead them to peace? By listening to their stories, telling them yours, and reminding them that you are all on this journey together. What if the world around us is filled with hate? Lead it to love. How? By sharing the power of your love with it, said the road. What if something unexpected happens? Keep going. What if there are mountains that feel too tall to climb? What if there are rivers that feel too wide to cross? What if my heart gets broken? What if I feel stuck? What if giving up is easier? Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, said the road. What if I can't do it? You can, said the road. How do you know? Because you have come this far, said the road. I said to the road, where do you lead? The road said, be a leader and find out. What I love about this book is that it reminds us that life is not about having all the answers. It is about continuing forward anyway. It is about choosing curiosity over fear, kindness over cynicism, action over passivity. And as I think about this class, how I realize how fully you have already lived those lessons. You have learned how to keep going, how to care for people, how to remain hopeful without ignoring reality, how to take healthy risks, how to lead with humanity. Already in your brief time during high school, you have done remarkable things. They truly have done remarkable things. Listen to this very brief list. You have climbed mountains, literal and metaphorical. You've toured with your band. You've built. You've created prom dresses. You've welded bikes and great works of art. You've mentored other students. You've camped, skied, biked, written poetry, read great works of literature, participated in numerous performances and presentations. You have already done remarkable things, and it is time for the next turn in your road. The road ahead will not always be easy. It will not always be comfortable. Growth rarely is. which reminds me of another passage from the book, The Science of Breakable Things. In this moment, the main character is standing in a greenhouse with her mom, surrounded by things growing, changing, healing, and beginning again after a difficult season. This is what they said. But right then, in that greenhouse, full of life and light and second chances, we are okay. As it turns out, you can't always protect breakable things. Hearts and eggs will break, and everything changes, but you keep going anyway, because science is asking questions, and living is not being afraid of answers. I think that may be one of the most important lessons of adulthood. Life will not always go according to your plan. Things will break. People will disappoint you. You will disappoint yourself sometimes too. But living fully means continuing anyway. Continuing to love, continuing to care, continuing to ask questions, continuing to take healthy risks, continuing to believe that change is possible. And if I know anything about this class, it's this: you will keep going. Not because everything has been easy, because it absolutely has not, but because you have already proven that you can move through hard things while still remaining compassionate, joyful, thoughtful, and brave. So graduates, wherever your road next leads, lead with kindness, with courage, with curiosity and action. And as the road said, be a leader and find out. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Welcome to the SLCSE graduation of 2026. I want to start off with a warm welcome to all the people that showed up to graduation. It means a lot that you would show up for me and for my peers to congratulate them. Graduating is a major milestone for me because school didn't always come easy to me. In elementary school, severe behavioral issues led to fights and placements in a self-contained classroom. My parents recognized it wasn't working and moved me to a smaller, private school for unique thinkers. In the school, I learned the essential life skills and emotional management, which led to me accelerating my learning and transformed my school into an enjoyable experience. When it was time for high school, I felt ready and better than ever about this new environment that I could succeed in. I have taken accelerated courses, AP Calculus, and Biology, got a 28 on the ACT, graduated with a 3.8 cumulative GPA, and finally, I've successfully enrolled in the Honors College at the University of Minnesota, Rochester. I know for me, I owe it all to my parents and their parents as well. Parents have a way of setting guidelines to follow and a way of constantly being there, and yet they don't have a manual on how to raise a child. I'm sure there were mistakes in the process of raising your graduates. For my parents, leaving a trimmers out and finding an eyebrowless child, or leaving markers around and finding caveman creations on your walls. To all the parents, grandparents, and other supporters in this room, thank you. Thank you for keeping us safe and healthy. Thank you for supporting our endeavors, even if it means sacrificing something you want. Thank you for your time, whether it's homework help, all the driving around, or lending an ear for a hard conversation. Your child might not say it enough, but we see what you sacrifice and do for us, and we love you with all the love you put into us. Now, for all the people that have joined us, thank you for showing us how to be human. I make a lot of mistakes, and without guidelines on what not to do or pointers on what should be done, there would be complete chaos everywhere. Finally, I want to offer an exercise that we can all do for the people here tonight. It's been passed down many generations and is used universally. Everyone that is willing and able, raise both of your hands. And now for the tricky part. Put them together for the wonderful people that surround you and the graduating class of 2026.
Hello, my name is Juliana Barros Barragan, and I'm the daughter of immigrant parents. Becoming an immigrant has taught me many life lessons. I learned a new language. I learned what it means to see a different world. Leaving the country was my heartbreaking. I had to leave my families, my friends, and everything I knew. But now, I understand something. My parents also left everything behind, just for me. But now, today, I want to thank two very important people who showed me the American dream is just not a dream. It takes sacrifice, hard work, and love. Mamá, papá, me hacen el honor de ponerse de pie. Gracias, mamá, por darme el sueño americano. Gracias por tus sacrificios y por enseñarme que sí puedo. Te amo. Please give them a big round of applause to my beautiful mom. Class of 2026, we made it. We learned how to be together, eating lunch as a group, laughing about random things, and yes, sometimes sharing homework. Sorry, Miss Chris, we love you. Most importantly, we learned how to support each other. We had so many things we could have focus on, but instead, we choose something more meaningful. Learning how to be creative, how to understand each other, how to value teamwork and friendship, and how to grow together as a class. Because at the end, school is not only about grades, it's about who we become, and the memories and people that shape us along the way. Before I finish, please give a big round of applause to this amazing class. Thank you. Thank you, class of 2026. We made it.
My name is Karina Bilsi. I couldn't be more grateful to my teachers and family, blood or not, for getting me here today. The best part of today should be graduating, but honestly, it's seeing who showed up. I tend to be a pessimist. My dad chose not to come today. And I can still be hurt that he isn't. But instead, I want to focus on those who did show up. The ones who showed up yesterday and the day before that. Growing up, it felt like there was an unwritten blueprint of what family was supposed to look like. But now I've learned that family has a funny way of showing up where you least expect it. Earlier this year, I thought it would have just been my mom here. I thought that wanting people I haven't talked to in weeks was selfish, but I called anyways. And the weeks or months of silence didn't matter after that 5-minute phone call. So thank you for picking up the phone, ready to pick up where we left off. While rekindling family connections, I've also found more. I found family within Miss Chris saying, "I'm glad you're here today." She said that every day. To all of her handwritten notes of appreciation on note cards or worksheets. I found it in April, laughing about how she kept me too long again, to her asking the dates of senior showcase and graduation so she could be there. I found family in Miss Evans, always letting me get snacks from her room, to always asking her how I was doing, even when I forgot to ask myself that. Finally, I found family within Jaxie. She has always been the one to look for me in a crowd. She is who made me feel like I belonged at SLCSE. I couldn't have survived high school without her. So thank you for making this possible by showing up. Thank you for helping me graduate, not just for me, but for my mom too. Thank you for showing up for me in every possible way. Ayo ani shnishne.
This thing on? Okay, there we go. Confidence. Confidence is a feeling or consciousness of one's powers or of reliance on one's circumstances. Competence. Competence is the quality or state of having sufficient knowledge, judgment, skill, or strength. Before my time at SLCSE, I felt as if I were neither of these. Hell, sometimes I think that still, once I hear peeps of adulthood rearing its gnarled fingers from the edges of the doorway, afraid of being snatched by them and being swiftly brought to a cozy place in the gutter. But even through all that murk, I still believe I have attained these qualities in such a way where I'd be able to do anything. I just need to learn how to improvise more efficiently. And I'm quite sure that I've discovered how to within these past few weeks. Improvisation. Improvisation is to speak or perform without preparation. This definition doesn't quite feel right to me as I say it up on this stage. So I'll make up my own meaning. To improvise is to speak from the heart without caring about what other people feel. All right? I've been told that I should be in a theater class. At first, I thought it was because I have a good voice range, or possibly even because I can hold a crowd well without faltering. I see you guys. But I realize now it's the improvisation. I only discovered that I've had it this whole time. It just took the friends and peers around me to realize that. The fact that I can even draw the attention of this audience right here is proof that I've been able to improv this entire time, isn't it? And now, before I go, because I assume I'm about to run out of time or something, I'd like to dedicate this speech to Karina Bilsey and, where is he? Will Metz, wherever he is. Wait. Sorry, I'm not done yet. I wanted to dedicate this to Karina because she is so sweet and kind, and her reassuring nature made me feel like I could open up better. And Will, I think he's so funny, so brilliant, and so encouraging towards thinking outside of the box. And that's why I love both of them. They are so, so awesome. Give a round of applause to those guys. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. Peace out.
Glory of Anti-Fragility, by me, of course. We walked, we got punched. We walked, we got kicked. We walked, we got pushed. We kept on walking because the road before us had untold stories that no one could believe. We walked, we got bit. We walked, we got stung. We walked, we got trampled. We kept on walking because your path is your path, for your own feet and for your own toes to curl in the dirt. We walked, we stubbed our toes. We walked, we bit our tongue. We walked, we bumped our heads. We kept on walking because the grass we walked on was a path no more. It was your own freedom, of your own reality, of your own existence, of your own rules, of your own pledges. Yet, you were the only one that could experience it. However, this is costly. Walking is costly. Whatever you do, don't stop walking if at the cost that maybe you get hurt. Maybe run, maybe jump, crab walk, walk on 4 legs, hop on 1 leg, maybe even fly at the cost of falling. The choice is up to you, but whatever you do, don't stop walking, limping, or crawling, even if getting hurt is assured. You being here right now is a representation, demonstration, a manifestation, the definition that you lived. That whatever you did, whatever challenges you faced, the terrain you walked on, the red hot coals you walked on, the fire you walked through, the thin ice you walked on and fell through, even the deepest, darkest pit you crawled out of, you are of anti-fragility. Anti-fragility is a property of systems in which they increase in the capability to thrive as a result of stressors, shocks, volatility, noise, mistakes, faults, attacks, or failures. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, he's and she's, theys and thems. You won.
Hello, fellow graduates, family, and faculty. Can you believe we made it? It's hard to believe that the last day of school is finally here. Our grit and determination has finally paid off as we stand here, right now, ready to take on our new journey ahead. While I have looked forward to this day for a while, it's hard to say goodbye to a place that has been our solid ground for the last 4 years. Before we go, I wanted to say to our families, thank you for your patience, your constant support, and believing in us when we couldn't believe in ourselves. And of course, Mom, thank you for being my inspiration. You are the one I admire most. You have shown me the true meaning of resilience and kindness. To our teachers and principal, thank you for guiding us throughout our education and through the hard times, even though we were probably harder on you. And finally, to my fellow graduates, what can I say? We did it. Together, we survived 4 years of language arts, math, and science. And somehow, we even survived senioritis. We still managed to laugh and make our life fun, even on the days we felt like throwing our computers across the room. I want to leave you with one piece of advice. And I know you'll probably forget the second I'm done speaking. But once we walk out through those doors, don't just take the easy road. Instead, look for a path that sparks your curiosity, fuels your obsession, and keeps you enthusiastic. After all, you're the one making your road, so make it a great one. Congratulations, class of 2026. Let's show the world what we're made of.
seniors. I know, sorry. I know that with this being our last time all together in the same place, there are probably lots of feelings of grief and joy. As of this very moment, we are standing into the doorways of the rest of our lives. Some of us are excited, others are nervous, and a lot of us are feeling both, and that's okay. I bet right now you are feeling extreme nostalgia for every year, friendship, relationships that have been supported by school. I want you to remember the good times that we have spent laughing and goofing around, but I also want you to remember the bad. I mean, 6th grade, going into 7th online was challenging to say the least. I'm sure you've also had lots of other bad experiences, and yet you're here now. That's such an accomplishment, and you are graduating. Starting college in a few months, or starting a job, or even just starting a new journey. And to you, congratulations. I have advice for you all, including myself. And before you tune me out, I beg you to listen and linger on these words. Embrace today. Your life after this moment will drastically change. I mean, obviously, we've all been anticipating it. And in turn, you will change again and again. All that change will be continual personal growth. Change is challenging, but I encourage you to embrace it always. I also encourage you to focus on yourself. Feed your bodies, your hearts, and your souls. If you want to switch majors or take a gap year or move halfway across the world, go for it, but do it responsibly. Anyway, I've had the best and worst time of my life knowing you all. But I can say it was fun, and I love you for making this step in my life memorable. Because of you, I know change is possible. I wish you beautiful, meaningful lives. Congrats and thank you.
So it's come to my attention that the Red Bull before this was not the greatest idea. So, bear with me, y'all. All right. Hey, class of 2026, as we sit here in this room, looking onwards to new horizons, I'd like to take a minute to look back on what sets SLCSE apart and what makes it great. SLCSE's most popular motto, which has been ingrained into us the past few years, is to be healthy risk takers. Something that truly puts SLCSE apart is the sheer number of trips that it gives students the opportunity to go on. Examples of this are Bears Ears, the Tree Trip, Washington, D.C., Dinos in the Deserts, and Hawkwatch. And as we sit here, thinking about our futures, I'd like to reminisce about the camping trips and experiences that I've had with you all. First of all, I'd like to give a thanks to those who make these trips possible, such as Miss Moretz, Miss Marino, Miss Hobos, and Miss Hodge, and Miss Chandler. Don't forget Miss Chandler. These trips have helped me, and many among our class, make closer connections with each other and with our total school population. I am so proud of this class and the continuous effort that we make to improve ourselves and each other. I remember how during Bears Ears, Malak got sunscreen in her eyes, and I saw Haven, Yuli, Zolan, and Miss Wickelson come together to help her. And I've also seen how during that long hike in the canyon, Floyd checked in on others, making sure they were safe and comfortable. I remember that we made I don't know if y'all remember this, but I do, and I hope you guys do. We threw stones off a ledge and into a small pond, trying to get the biggest splash. And I remember that we made a whole system collaborating, and we gave the big stones to Lewis and Quinn, and they threw them off the ledge. And whether you were in the audience with Emily, Oliver, and Azalea, or whether you were on the ledge throwing the stones, the principle still stands. We're stronger when we work together. Our senior class is capable of anything we put our minds to when we come together. During Dinos this year, I saw Quinn and Julian take on leadership roles and learn to corral the lower classmen. I saw Lillian and Madeline take the more advanced mountain biking route, despite it being their first time, and I've seen students truly explore and become their own people on trips like DC and Bears Ears. I've been greatly inspired by previous mentors on trips that I've been on, and I'm proud of Emily, Quinn, Mason, Julian, and Mihal, and others in my class who have taken up similar positions on this year's trips. I've seen Emily and Sierra come together to be problem solvers and to iron out the odd planning of years past. SLCSE only works because of the willingness of its students to learn and grow. A testament to this is this year, when on Hawkwatch, Lillian released a hawk, despite being just absolutely horrified. And Miss Chandler and the scientists up there met her where she was at and helped her to release this hawk. And I just want to say that I'm proud of every student of this class, whether you've had the opportunity to go on a SLCSE trip or not, for taking healthy risks, for trying to improve upon yourselves, and for supporting and looking out for each other. And once again, I want to thank the school for this opportunity to speak and for allowing trips for students to be inspired by each other. The world is a big place. We don't all have everything figured out, but we know that with the help of those around us, anything is possible. Thank you.
It's exciting tonight we get to recognize two SLCSE students for two different scholarship opportunities. I'll start with the first. The Larry Madden Legacy Scholarship was founded to honor the work of Larry Madden. Larry Madden is the founder of Salt Lake Center for Science Education. If you were to ask Larry how he was able to establish SLCSE, he would say he just lives a charmed life, and that's why good things happen when he's around. Good things happen when Larry's around because he works hard to make good things happen. He brings fun to the work and an energy for innovation. His charismatic nature, willingness to take healthy risks, and ability to prioritize doing what's in the best interest of students inspires people to come together to do difficult work to truly change reality. This scholarship was founded to honor the work he did and recognize a student who embodies these qualities. It is my honor to introduce the presenter of the Larry Madden Legacy Scholarship this evening. In substitution for Larry tonight, we have Dr. Nikki Hack, who is also one of the founding teachers of Salt Lake Center for Science Education, here to award this scholarship.
Oh, it's good to be back. Okay. And the Larry Madden Scholarship goes to Milo Cruz.
Heather Bennett was an advocate for equity in education for all students, and she was an advocate and friend to SLCSE and the SLCSE community. She used her education and experience to continue to impact systems and enact systemic change. She was a fierce ally in ensuring girls were able to reach their highest potential. The Heather Bennett Memorial Scholarship was created by Heather's family to honor her life's work, and recipients of this scholarship are young women graduating from SLCSE. I am honored to introduce the presenter of the Heather Bennett Memorial Scholarship this evening, former SLCSE graduate, current SLCSE teacher, and Heather's daughter, Hannah Harper Hansen.
Hi, everybody. The Heather Bennett Scholarship this year goes to Sierra Stella Rodriguez.
Congratulations to our scholarship winners. And what up, class of 2026? It's a treat to be looking out at all of you at the same time. I'm so proud of you for surviving and for graduating and for being the awesome people that you are. Well done. In my efforts to get you to do your reading homework in language arts this year, which you can tell had mixed results, you heard me talk repeatedly about something my mom taught me, which is that nothing in your life is permanent except you. And now your life is changing, and you're coming up against that fact. A lot of you are already intimately familiar with the realities of loss and change. You know from our reading and your own experiences that relationships end or alter, that our lives can transform unexpectedly, but you will live with yourself in your own mind for the whole of your time on this planet, which is kind of terrifying and kind of awesome. And that's why it's so important that you furnish your mind with good, beautiful things and make it a place you love to live. That's why it's so important that you take advantage of the tools and opportunities at your disposal to become people you enjoy and are proud of. My advice to you, in other words, is to be good stewards of your time and attention, your mind, your lives, which are precious. One way to exercise that kind of stewardship is to look at the world closely. Give your attention to those things that reward your care and concentration with delight and meaning. Art and music and good writing, for example, are always worth your time. Nature is always worth your time, and other people especially are worthy of your time and attention, and that's what I want to talk about now. Dream Team, I've failed you in a million little ways every day that I've been your teacher in these last 2 years. I've missed your emails. I've delayed entering your grades. I've multitasked when you needed me to listen. Neglected to follow up with you about important conversations. Snapped at you out of irritation. I'm sorry. And I hope you won't take it as too hypocritical when I say that what I wish for you most in your adult lives is the reassurance of knowing you have done your utmost to treat people in a way that accounts for their preciousness. You will come up short, as you've seen me do on a daily basis, but your life and relationships will be so much richer if you make a practice of taking an interest in people and treating them with warmth and generosity. So much of that boils down to paying attention, trusting there is something wonderful in every person, and looking long enough to find out what it is. I've had a lot of time to look very closely at you, our remarkable SLCSE graduates, my superstars. And though we have occasionally frustrated each other and disappointed each other, you have consistently rewarded my attention with delight and meaning both. Every day, even on the worst days of our time together, and they were really bad sometimes, I've witnessed your affection for each other, your insightfulness about yourselves and the world, and your impeccable comedic timing. I've seen you respond to challenges with creativity and courage. I've eavesdropped on your lunch conversations and deciphered your handwriting and recorded your band name ideas and observed your abhorrent string cheese eating methods and your dance moves and illicit desktop doodles. Once in a while, I've even picked up your trash. The result of all that close looking is that I adore you. I've sometimes felt palpably weighed down by my sense of how precious you are and the urgency of my responsibility to do right by you. Dream Team, I hope you feel, or will come to feel as you continue your growing up, how invaluable you are, how deeply cherished you are and deserve to be. You yourself, and also every person graduating alongside you today, including the people you had the hardest time with, and every person you know and will encounter as you move on to work and college and travel and family life and all kinds of new experiences. When in those adventures, you inevitably face rejection and uncertainty and grief. When life changes and you're left alone with yourself, nothing will bring you as much peace as the knowledge that you have treated people in your life in accordance with that fact, that they are priceless as you. If you can keep that in mind, I know beautiful things are in store for you. In the meantime, I love you so much. Congratulations, and thank you for sharing these 2 precious years with me.
School Board Representative Williams, Cabinet members, distinguished guests, on behalf of the faculty and administration at the Salt Lake Center for Science Education, I am pleased to present the class of 2026. We certify that each of these students have met the requirements outlined by the state of Utah, the Salt Lake City School District, and our school to receive a high school diploma.
To the SLCSE class of 2026, I was thinking about what I wanted to share with you today, and I'll be honest, I became stumped. So I do what I normally do. I avoided it and dove into a book. Through the books I've been reading this year, there's a unique story and unique characters. That is when I thought about the stories each of you have that got you to being here today. Graduation is often described as an end of a chapter, but I think today is more than that. Today is proof that you are all authors of your own stories. Every single person here has been writing a story over the last few years, through late nights, hard conversations, unexpected setbacks, inside jokes, victories, failures, and moments where maybe you think you wouldn't make it. I met with Principal Powell last week to learn more about all of you as a collective class. You are a class that didn't just talk about change, you made it. You challenged old ideas, supported causes bigger than yourselves, and showed up for one another when it mattered most. The SLCSE class of 2026 doesn't just talk the talk, you walk the walk. In a world that constantly tells people to fit certain roles, trends, or expectations, I think one of the greatest things about your class is you made space for people to fully be themselves. You created friendships built on authenticity, not appearances. You learned that differences don't divide us, they strengthen us. Years from now, you probably won't remember every assignment, every test score, or every deadline, but you will remember how people made you feel. You will remember the friends who became family, the people who checked in on you, and the laughter in the hallways, the moments where you realized you belonged. As you leave high school, there will be pressure to follow someone else's path or measure success by someone else's standards. But I hope you will remember this: the best stories are never copies. They are original, honest, and courageous. So write your story your way. Write one filled with compassion. Write one where people feel seen and valued. Write one where you continue to create change instead of waiting for it. Write one where you stay authentic even when it's difficult. Most importantly, write a story that makes room for others alongside you. Because if your class has proven anything, it's the strongest stories are not written alone. Congratulations, class of 2026. Your next chapter starts now. Principal Powell, distinguished guests, teachers, parents, and friends, because they have met all the requirements necessary to receive a high school diploma in the state of Utah, I am honored to accept the Salt Lake Center for Science Education class of 2026 on behalf of the Salt Lake City School District Board of Education.
Christian Acosta.
Juliana Barrios Barragán.
Atticus James Cyril Bennett.
Karina Alexa Bilsey.
Miles Blackbird.
Evan Nicholas Boer.
Lana Brunsma. Glade Cecil Byington.
Alyssa Castro Bustamante. Adolfo Ángel Contreras Trejo.
Vaughn Bailey Cook. Quinn Ethan Crosno.
Mitlacuilo Azul Cruz Carrasco.
Scarlett Daly.
Matthew Delgado.
Cedric Dimmick.
J. Angel Eber.
Azalea Sunshine Fuchs. Mihao Gaidiak.
Aurelio Garduno Jr.
Nevaeh Gearhart.
Maya Sayan Hiron Konua.
Elliot Michael Hales. Haris Halilovich.
Lillian Marie Hall.
Cosby.
Annabelle Rosemary Hicks.
Jaxie Kai Jeffries.
Charles Floyd Jones.
Madeline Jones. Julian Lightfoot. Grace Marie Linscomb Jensen.
Juan López Canales. Eliza Mikel Lucero. Jocelyn Lugo Vera. María Guadalupe Luna Piedad. Bella Mare Sánchez. Elizabeth Dolores Marín. Lucas Martínez. Ashley Maya García.
Emily Morgan McBride. Drake Reed McEwen. Michael Kaysen McPhee. Thalia Melchor. What? I said it wrong?
Aiden Mendez Lara.
Alexander Will Metz.
Yari Mesa Batalla.
West Mitchner.
Jasmine Alejandra Sánchez.
Desmond Moritz. Zolan Wam.
Aiden Jiro Kawa. Morelli Ortega Avila.
Leslie Patino.
Eder Daniel Ponce Orihuela. Luis Razo. Eduardo Rodríguez Pérez. Sierra Stella Rodríguez.
Oliver Aloysius Rowe. Grace Marie Segura.
Valeria Terrones Santana. Daisy Vargas Claudio.
Annabelle Walker.
Dayton Warren.
Mason West.
Emily Ivana Zavala.
Thank you all for being here and supporting us. We couldn't have done it without you. Please join us outside in the atrium to celebrate after the recessional. Class of 2026, please stand. It is now time for the turning of the tassel symbolizing your graduation. Take a moment to celebrate your well-earned diploma. Please take your tassel on the right and join me in turning the tassel to the left. Congratulations, SLCSE Class of 2026.
Thank you, guys.